sleep? Yeah. Did you have good dreams? Yeah? That's so good. Is that yummy? Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today is Tuesday. I've just put Luca down for a nap, so I'm just chilling on the couch. We're still in lockdown and I don't want to be that negative person and I don't want to spread that energy, but I gotta say I'm so over it. Like, it's been long enough now. And today the weather is just terrible and I think it's supposed to be like that pretty much all week, so that's fun. It is really challenging trying to keep an energetic toddler entertained inside all day, but that's okay, we'll get there. I just wanted to start off by saying such a big thank you to everyone who took the time to watch my video from last week, my birth story. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave it in the description box down below. I just wasn't expecting such a great reaction. Like, I don't know, I think maybe I was just a bit paranoid to share my story and kind of put it out there on the internet, because I think, like, when you share your story or you put anything on the internet, you sort of open yourself up to all different kinds of people. But I received nothing but love and support, and some of the messages I got were just incredible. And to have women who may not have had like the exact same experience as me but had a traumatic birth, to have them message me and, you know, take the time to share their story with me, I thought was really beautiful, and I just feel so grateful. So thank you so much. I received quite a few questions about what I spoke about in that video, and a lot of them are sort of along the same line, so I thought it would just make sense to kind of put it all together into one video, answer all those questions. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm kind of going back and forth between filming and reading the questions because I'm not a professional. Obviously, I'm literally just started. I literally film everything on my phone, edit on my phone, upload on my phone. I'm not out here trying to be a professional filmmaker. Probably as time progresses, we'll invest in some equipment, but for now, this is what we're dealing with. So I think the most common question I received was, what hospital did all of this happen at? And, you know, as much as I would love to name and shame them because I think they deserve it, I kind of don't think it's appropriate. But it's also funny because I had a lot of people who actually guessed the hospital, so I think that says a lot in itself. if you're sort of paranoid about which hospital you need to avoid, you're welcome to message me and we can chat about it. But yeah, I'm not gonna, you know, put it all over the internet. You never know what might happen. And kind of following on from that question, someone said, please tell me you're suing the hospital and not birthing your second child there. So first things first, definitely not going back to that hospital for our second baby. I honestly don't think I would go back to that hospital if it was the last option on earth. I would rather just birth my own child at home, to be honest. Definitely not going to that hospital. In much better hands this time, and I already feel like a million times better about this experience and the hospital that I'm going to. And the other thing in relation to suing the hospital, I mean all I wanted from them was an apology, which I never got. I did kind of briefly have a discussion with a lawyer probably like a year and a half ago, but I just don't think I was in the right mindset. Like, COVID was still happening, so it was over the phone, and I couldn't even tell my story without crying, so he probably didn't even get half of the information and kind of didn't really lead anywhere. I just that's not my priority. I just kind of want to move on and never see them again. Okay, someone said, not a question, but an incredible story and a strong mummy. Thank you so much. I truly believe that women and mothers are some of the strongest people on the planet, and the things that we can go through and that our bodies can endure, I think is just, it's mind-blowing. And yeah, I just think every woman, every mother on this earth is just an absolute rock star. Okay, so next question was, did everything that happened kind of affect this pregnancy? And I guess that means sort of like throughout the pregnancy, falling pregnant, that sort of thing. We were extremely blessed to have fallen pregnant with our second baby pretty much straight away. And I know that's hard to hear for some people, and I know it's not easy for a lot of women out there. But I, you know, thank God and I'm very grateful that it didn't affect it, because I was pretty concerned that it would. Just because, like, obviously I'm not a doctor, I don't know anything about the human body, but I didn't know what damage was going on in there, and I just prayed that it wouldn't affect our chances of falling pregnant again, especially after being told, you know, at the hospital that we weren't going to have another baby. So in that respect, it didn't affect it. And I mean, so far my pregnancy has been really good. I haven't had any issues other than just like a lot of morning sickness, all day sickness, but yeah, other than that, everything's been smooth. The only thing was the hospital told us to wait at least 2 years after I had Luca to try and fall pregnant again, and that was because obviously I had a cesarean, I have a scar, and also the lining in my uterus had gotten extremely thin, and she said that, you know, if you fall pregnant too early, you can risk kind of your uterus not being able to carry that child. So I think we almost waited the full 2 years. But yeah, I kind of just like listened to my body. When I felt like I was ready to try again, then we did. So another question was, will I be able to have a natural birth this time around? I have spoken to my doctor about this, and so far the answer is yes. She has kind of not warned me, but she said, you know, things may change, we can reassess that a bit later on in my pregnancy. More because like when you have a scar, you know, they monitor that. But at the moment, it looks like I can, and that's preferably what I would like it to be. I would love to experience a natural birth. And also, I think everything being so traumatic, I just don't want to have to do that again. So I think if I can avoid having another C-section, then that would be ideal. But at the same time, I mean, I'm doing whatever I need to do to have a healthy baby. The only thing I wasn't aware of, which we actually spoke about last week, was that I can't be induced. So I think that's just like a thing after a cesarean, your next baby, you can't be induced. So with Luca, my waters broke and I didn't really progress into labor on my own, which is why I was induced. So I guess if that happens this time, it may end up in a cesarean, but kind of just have to see how we go. I'm not putting too much pressure on it or even really thinking about it too much. I just, whatever will be, will be. And I mean, not that I'm great, like I don't want to say I'm grateful for what happened last time, but at the same time, I know that because of that, this time I'm going to be monitored super carefully and closely, and my doctor has assured me that, you know, there's going to be blood ready to go if you need it. Like, we're going to watch you like a hawk, and she's made me feel really comfortable, and I know that I'm in good hands. So let's hope everything goes smoothly. Okay, so the last question, and it's great timing because Luca is literally just waking up, is how am I feeling about the birth of our second baby? And honestly, I'm just so excited. And I mean, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit anxious, but I, you know, I'm super grateful that I've been able to go to another hospital, and they've been amazing, and I trust them 1,000,000%, and I know I'm in good hands, and all I can do is put my faith in God and just, you know, hope that everything goes to plan. I'm just really excited to meet him, and for Luca to meet him, and yeah, I just can't wait. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video if you've gotten this far. I promise that's the end of my birth story talk. So if there's any videos that you would like to see in the future, please let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next week.